How's everybody doing? It's been quite an interesting week for me, and needless to say, I have a lot of free time on my hands that I was not planning to have necessarily due to, we'll say, a job change. Let's just call it that for now. So, in this interim period, figure I will shoot down to visit my parents. I'm up in New Hampshire. My parents live in Marco Island, Florida, so basically the complete opposite end of the country, about as far as you can go before you're in the Keys. Actually, it is as far as you can go before you're in the Keys. And for fun, because I got nothing but time, we're going to take the Tesla. Let's figure out where we're going here. Directions to Marco Island, Florida. That is one hell of a route to plan. So what's cool about Tesla is it's going through right now and it's finding the superchargers. It knows the battery level that the car is at, and it knows where all the superchargers are, and it knows how far I'm going to get between chargers. So it will literally just key in and tell me a 20-minute charge here, a 15-minute charge there, a 30-minute charge in Virginia, and that gets you all the way down the coast. My first stop I'm going to get to in Hamden, Connecticut. I used to have a business there, as a matter of fact. And I'll arrive in Hamden with 18% battery, and it's pretty cool. Like, even an idiot like me can do this. They make it... This is the difference between Tesla and all the other EVs out there. Nobody else has this charging network, and it just makes travel so much easier. Goodbye, house. So in terms of how I'm going to do this drive, I'm going to let this car is full self-drive, so I'm going to let the car full self-drive for, I would imagine, the vast majority of this trip. After the newest updates using AI, the full self-drive is actually pretty damn good. It's even good on side roads and back roads. It is phenomenal on the highway. So I think that'll take a lot of wear and tear off of me. All right, that should do it. So just to give you a little info on the car, this is a 2020 Model 3 long-range dual motor, and it only has 12,211 miles on it, but it's got 4 years on this battery pack that hasn't seen much use. Okay, it's about 4 o'clock, cruising through Massachusetts. You can tell by the way I'm flying over bumps that we're in Massachusetts. Can't wait to get out of Massachusetts. Car's doing amazing. Cruising right along. Battery's still at 67%. Put some decent mileage down. Don't pay attention to the phone that is between the steering wheel right now. I'm definitely not watching YouTube on that when I'm not recording video. But yeah, needless to say, very low stress way of traveling. This thing just, it's perfect. It changes lanes when it needs to change lanes. It gets out of the way when it needs to get out of the way. I don't have to worry about where I'm going or pay attention to the map. It's just taking me on the right exits and all of that stuff. Yeah, it's pretty good. Alright, still cruising on through Connecticut, although we're almost to New York on the original charge from home. So the battery is sitting at 24% right now. We're projected to get to the chargers at 21%. So everything looks like it's right on track. But we went New Hampshire, Massachusetts, and almost all the way through Connecticut just on that first charge, and still going in with a nice safe, 20% left in the battery. So that's great. It's been driving, knock on wood, it's been driving phenomenal. I haven't had to touch the wheel. So the only thing I have done is, like, every once in a while I will see a better route around some traffic, so I'll just hit the turnstile, and that tells the car, hey, change lanes and get into a quicker lane. It'll figure it out if you give it enough time on its own. But sometimes you see those little windows open up and it's like, well, let me just scoot over there. Otherwise, the thing has been perfect. Light turns green, car sees the light turns green. It predicted we would have had 21% battery by the time we pulled in here. We're currently at 22. Oop, car's coming. See that? See, the old one, it would have jammed on the brakes there. The new AI model, even though that guy cut me off, it's judging the speed and just lets them kind of merge in. I'm very curious as to where this thing's going to take me. Like, is it going to take me right to a charger? Because that would be pretty freaking cool. Okay. Nope, you're not taking me to a charger. What you doing? Where are we going? You're just gonna park in a random parking spot. Well, thanks. All right, I'll take it from here, I guess. I have my seat so reclined back. Oh, it's really nice for a long road trip. Okay. That's a good sized Tesla charging station. I'm going to try the auto park. Alright, it's definitely not the smoothest auto park, but if you suck at backing up a car, I guess that's kind of nice. Alright, let's plug her in. So it is currently charging at 1,033 miles every hour. It's 258 kilowatts, which is insane. Yeah, it's already at 27%. I've been here for literally no minutes. It's 14 minutes. Unbelievable. 14 minutes to charge. Yeah, see, not bad. This is crazy. So in 14 minutes, this car will be charged. 14 minutes. That's not inconvenient. Ooh, Subway. Maybe I'll go over there and grab some food. Subway was closed, but the Wingstop was open. I don't know anything about the Wingstop, but it was busier than a 3-arm fluffer, so gotta imagine it must be decent. I only need 14 minutes, but I'm gonna let it continue to charge. I have enough energy to continue my trip. I'm gonna hit OK, and I'm gonna let it continue to charge so I can eat my food.
Second, of course, just finished his honeymoon. The honeymoon is over.
Okay, so what happened?
All right. Verdict on the Wingstop. Really good chicken. Not a big fan of the fries, but man, that was some good chicken. And it is on the road again. Damn, I squished my 3 Musketeers. Not happy about that. Friggin' stale. Well, this trip's gone downhill fast. And like a prom dress, we're off. the American Dream Mall. I think that's the largest mall in the country, if I remember correctly. It's got a massive water park. It's got massive roller coaster, like all kinds of crazy stuff. It has a friggin' ski hill inside. It's pretty cool. I always wanted to actually kind of check that out. Maybe I'll hit it. Wow, yeah, that's awesome. Maybe I'll hit that on the way back or something. All right, I'll tune you back in when I see something else cool. So, interesting update. Randomly, the Autopilot just dropped out on the highway.
Now turn right
gave me a warning, told me to take the wheel back over, but I'm not 100% sure what would have caused that, to be honest with you. And it looks like it's back now. So, yeah, it's back now. Oh, that's really weird. So, I was wondering if maybe it's because the car has only got 8% left in it. We're taking this exit for the charging station up the road here. But I don't know if it, under 10%, maybe it shuts down to help conserve battery. I guess that could be it. But yeah, it just did that whole run. So that was, I don't know, a couple 100 miles anyway, no problem. So, I don't know, interesting. But we're back up and running again. 8% at the very south end of New Jersey, I believe. And we'll get charged up here and do the next leg. This is an awesome place to watch stuff because the sound system in here is amazing. The screen is beautiful. And with content from Trial and Error, I mean, I got the bright idea this time around to actually do it right so that it runs under everything and I don't have... I make content for people taking a poop and are tired of reading shampoo bottles. And if I'm just a little bit better than the shampoo bottle, I'm pretty proud of it. This just took 50 kilowatt hours into the battery pack in like 14 minutes, which is, I mean, for those of you that understand electricity like that, especially for me building a solar setup, on a great day we'll make 140, 150 kilowatts. And that's a massive solar system. This thing drinks 50 kilowatts. Where are you taking me? All right, well, I will say Tesla's full self-driving has not figured out parking lots like at all. It's friggin' terrible in parking lots. It just has mental conniptions left and right, doesn't know what to do. So, got to do a little more ironing out on that end, but otherwise, it's pretty darn good. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe we're heading into Delaware now. But I don't know for sure, to be honest with you. I've never been here before. Yep, this is Delaware apparently. I don't know anything about Delaware, other than I'm in it. Welcome to the great state of Maryland. It is 20 past 10 p.m. and we're going through our 7,000th toll for some apparent reason, because you need to pay $5 every 5 miles in order for them to maintain this level of potholes. It's very expensive. We have now reached pretty deep into Virginia, so that's good. Things going well, can't complain, quite comfy, and And yeah, not much to see. But that's what happens when you make this drive at night. But the good news is we're flying through Virginia without any traffic. So it is now 11:17 p.m. and I've got about 35 miles before my next charge up, which will be charge up number 3. Still, to me, like, that's impressive, and I'm not using all of the battery to do this. What I have noticed is on these longer road trips, the Tesla really is set up to run the battery almost all the way down to nothing, and then only fill it up to about 70%, because that first 70% is where you can get over 1,000 miles an hour in terms of charge rates. So that's kind of how they keep you from sitting at the charger for forever, because that last 30%, you know, cuts down to 500 miles an hour. And then the last 20%, you're about 250 to 300 miles an hour. And then the last 10%, forget it. You know, 100 miles an hour at the most is what it will charge at. So in order to make these trips really efficient, time-wise, it actually makes more sense to charge maybe a couple of times more often, but only go up to 70%, because then you're only at these chargers for like 15 to 20 minutes tops, instead of waiting, you know, for it to go to full 100%, maybe an hour. No, it wouldn't even be an hour, but it would be doubling the time to only pick up another, you know, 20% or so. So that kind of makes sense. It's kind of cool. I didn't really think about that and didn't notice it until we do a drive like this. I think we're still in Virginia. It is taking me to charger number 3, conveniently and temptingly located next to a Holiday Inn Express, because it is now, what time is it? 11:49 p.m. It's almost midnight. And I'm actually still doing fine. I thought I would be in a little bit of trouble, and I probably still will be.
On the left.
Look at that. Wide open bay of Tesla chargers. But yeah, I'm doing okay. So I'm gonna put you guys back in here for right now. We'll back her on in. Oh, that was a pretty terrible backup job. Okay, I might be a little tired. Or I'm just rusty because I haven't driven in a while. There we go. Okay. Oh, it's a Wawa. Oh. I heard good things about Wawa. Never been to a Wawa. At least I don't remember being it. What's the other one that's big in the South? Buc-ee's. I want to find a Buc-ee's. Oh, see, I like Virginia already. So they are charging 37 cents a kilowatt. So that's like, I don't remember what the other one was, 43 or something, 45? I don't know. But probably 15% cheaper. We're gonna let this thing finish up here. We're almost there. It says 5 minutes remaining to continue this trip on charging. So that won't even be 5 minutes. It'll drop to 0 here at some point any second now. But $21.25 to fill her up, and that's a pretty big fill up. So we went from 9% when we arrived to 83%. This was my longest time at a charger. I've been here for 19 minutes. And like I said, any second now it's going to go from 5 minutes remaining to continue this trip to nothing. I have my charge set at 90, but you know, really all you care about is the trip planner knows exactly how much power it needs to put in this thing to get to where it wants to go next for a recharge. So as long as you hit that number, you're fine. It really is idiot proof, and I'm quite the idiot, so this is definitely a good test for Tesla. If I can make it all the way down the coast here, then anyone can. There. Oh, the later it gets, the nicer these hotels start to look. But I was just doing the math on that. Even if I did, like say I wanted to stop now, it's 12:23 a.m. Even if I crash at a hotel for, you know, 6-7 hours, that's going to really screw up my arrival time. I'm going to end up getting down to see my folks. And again, they have no idea I'm even coming. But I wouldn't be down to see them until late at night. Right now we're on track to get there around 4:30, 5 o'clock or so in the afternoon, assuming I just keep the hammer down, and that'll work out perfectly. So yeah, I'm just gonna power through and we'll see how that goes. But I will have been up for about, I don't know, 40 hours or so. That's a lot. So I'll be junk when I get there, but it'll also be 5 or so in the afternoon, so, you know, hang out with them for a little bit and then just crash out, wake up the next day, and I figure I'll be good to go. So that's the plan. I will tune back into you as soon as we cross another state line or I see something cool. You guys stay awake. I'm gonna try to do the same. I'm gonna give you a 2 a.m. update. I think we're still in Virginia. I'm not 100% sure. We might be getting in the Carolinas. I don't know for sure. But as the traffic is thinned out and there's not a lot of oncoming traffic, the camera that is always watching your eyes to make sure that you're at least somewhat paying attention to the road doesn't have enough ambient light to see, so it causes a little blip. Well, I found a little trick here. If you just pop open and prop open the visors with the mirror on it that's lit, just the slightest glow. It probably looks bright on the camera because everything is so dark right now, but it's got just enough little bit of light there so the camera can pick out my eyes, and that way you can keep going hands-free even when it's, you know, when there's not another car on the road. So, oh, and as I say that, I was blocking my eyes with the camera, so it was about to yell at me again. So you'll see that attention monitoring active. If it can't see at least just a faint idea of where your eyes are, then it, you know, can't tell if you're asleep or not. Movie update. We are now watching not another teen movie or another teen movie or whatever it was. I don't remember. Early 2000s. Fantastic movie. Hilarious and stupid. My kind of movie, but it's keeping me awake at 2 a.m. Our next stop is what? Halifax, North Carolina. And we'll be getting there in about 45 minutes or so. And then Fayetteville. And then Somerton. And then we get into Georgia. Then into Florida. And the killer about Florida, well, at least where my folks live, just because you make it into Florida doesn't mean you don't have a long way to go. It's a long state and it takes a long time to get through there. So yeah, well, oh, this is saying 7:18 p.m. for an arrival time. Jeez, I don't know about that. We'll see. I don't know what else to say. It's 2 in the morning and I'm tired. So, yeah. Talk to you later. Captain's log. It is 1430 hours. I am exhausted, but we're still going. This is charge session numero 4. And what do we got? We got 8% battery remaining, so we ran this one down pretty low, which is good. And looks like we're going to a mobile? Yeah. Oh, holy shnikes. Look at the friggin' chargers. Oh my god. This is the biggest charging station I have ever seen. I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen a lot of charging stations, but holy shit. That's a lot of... What the hell? I don't even know. Wow. That is some friggin' money right there. Woohoo! Oh my God, it keeps going. This is bonkers. Oh, and they got the separate ones set up for like Cybertrucks or the bigger vehicles, and now you can, like the Ford Lightning can use these too.
Is on the left.
So the Ford Lightning's charged from the front, kind of the front quarter panel. This is a crazy charging setup. Wow. Wow. Oh, and that roof is all solar too. How cool is that? I'll take you with me. This really is the craziest charger setup I've ever seen. That's it. Wow, man. Look at the friggin' transformers there. I can't imagine how much power this thing can handle. Woo-wee. Why is she charging so slow? 95 kilowatts. That's nothing. Huh. Oh, there she goes. Now she's ramping up. Still, 111 is not a lot. $125, $128. All right, she's getting there. So one of the cool things about this, the only way to make a cable handle this much current and still be small enough to, you know, manhandle, believe it or not, there's actually coolant that runs through this wire, this cable, to keep it cool. And it actually does get warm still. And you can hear the cooling fans running in there as well. But this will actually keep the cable cool, so it can run a ton of current through a cable that isn't, you know, this big. Kind of neat. Oh, Cybertruck pulling in. Another $20 charge right on the nose. And I guess we are off. I have lost count of the charges. I think this is 5. I think. I don't really recall, to be honest with you. It is 4:33 in the morning, and car's taking me to the charger. I don't remember. I think this is stop number 5. I've lost count. I think it's 5. So the car's gonna take me to the charger. Nice little spot. Oh. Wow, it gets so retarded when it pulls into these parking spaces. I don't understand. Okay. This is one of the longer charges. I think this is the longest charger of the trip. I think it needs like 30 minutes, so that kind of sucks. Right, we are up at 88%, $22.97. The rate down here in North Carolina is 39 cents a kilowatt. So I was hoping it'd be a little less than that, but you know what? What are you gonna do? You're gonna keep drinking Red Bulls. That's what you're gonna do. Seatbelt on. Car, drive. Self-drive. Self-drive. Alright, let's watch how retarded this thing is coming out of the parking lot. Oh, hey! Well, that was better. Still better. Hey, okay, that wasn't bad. There you go. Alright, you got it.
Turn right onto Cedar Creek Road.
I'm so glad this thing's driving.
Turn right onto Cedar
Because I'm
Creek Road.
freaking exhausted. Ay, ay, ay. There's no way I would have been still going
To stay on Cedar Creek Road.
if I had to focus on driving and following directions and all of that. There's no freaking way. We are passing into South Carolina. So all we have after this state is Georgia and long ass Florida. So that's good. It is 5:40 in the morning. We still got a long way to go. With stops and everything, still got another basically 12-13 hours to go. As you can see, dawn has arrived. We are in Lynchburg, South Carolina. Making good time here. It's 6:34 a.m. I've actually knocked an hour, or a little over an hour off the drive so far. I'm not speeding, of course, but this particular screen has been edited. I'm only doing 65. We'll check back in. We should actually be able to start seeing some cool stuff now that we're getting a little bit of light out here. So Tesla chargers at a Dairy Queen? Oh, this is definitely one of the more interesting ones. Definitely got a little kind of feeling to it, like you got a pretty mouth type of thing. I got a race like a piss horse, and I don't see any place. We may have to christen a bush here. Well, we're getting further south and my Phillips are getting cheaper. That was only 15 bucks. So that's pretty cool. And once again, we are off. Out of South Carolina, was able to crack the windows now that it's warming up, which is pretty cool, and headed into Georgia. Just came off the highway in Georgia, not far over the line, so still got a long ways to go here. I really like Georgia. I don't know what it is. It just feels nice. It smells good too. Figure that one out. I don't know. Now that one was cheap. Charging. $16.96, only 29 cents a kilowatt here in Georgia. I'm thinking in Florida it'll get even cheaper. All right, I've just crossed over into Florida. Beautiful Florida. It is 71 degrees. It is now 10:57 in the morning on a Monday, and we're doing good. We're at our first Florida stop.
Now turn left onto WGV Boulevard.
And I got my first palm trees. So I'm pretty excited about that. Oh, it's a Buc-ee's. Son of a biscuit. Alright, I gotta go into Buc-ee's. I've never been in a Buc-ee's. I've heard all about Buc-ee's. Alright, gotta be honest with you, that was everything I hoped it would be and more. Got the wife a nice little Buc-ee's t-shirt because she's gonna like the critter. I like the critter. I don't know why I'm so excited about Buc-ee's. I always heard about them, never been to one, so, you know, simple things for simple minds. Got about 5 minutes remaining on this charge, and Buc-ee's ain't cheap, 38 cents a kilowatt, so we got 17 bucks here. So we have one more charge up to go, and I'm gonna go out on a limb and say if your car is able to get 35 miles per gallon or better, it is actually cheaper to buy gas, at least right now. And obviously gas fluctuates a lot, but you know what, so does electricity. If you live in the Northeast. If you live down south, this is a much better deal. You'll definitely save money with the electric car, even if you don't have solar at home and you have to charge it, you know, at superchargers and stuff like that, or charge it at home. But you know, gas versus electric when it comes to these road trips, I don't know. The good news is this has been a blast for me. Like, it has not been inconvenient at all to charge so far, knock on wood. So it's been a very enjoyable trip. I was hoping I would save a little bit more money wise versus gas, but you know, it's about even with a car that gets good gas mileage. So if I took my F-150 down here, not even close, that truck would cost 2 times to almost 3 times as much as this trip is going to cost. But you know, for a similar car to this, you'd be about the same money in gas. Last charge up here in something, Winterberry, I think. I don't know. I'm at a Wawa. Last charge up was like 17 bucks. And we're ready to roll for the last leg. Thank God. This is a long ass drive. That is all I have to say about that. It was enjoyable though, but long. But enjoyable, but freaking long. Final highway exit. Fortunately, we've still got like 25 more minutes to go on county road here, but we're done with the highways. So we made it to, well, paradise, really. 1,570 miles non-stop. Just charger to road, charger to road, charger to road, nothing in between. and it took me a total of 27 hours, almost on the nose. We made it. So my folks live about 3 minutes up the road here. I'm not going to bring you all the way to their house for obvious reasons, but I think I will cap off the driving portion of this video here.